if we can ask you to please take your seats. Please take your seats for the next match of the evening. We're going to switch our attention to the men's half of the draw. Just a reminder not to move around during points. Once we get into the action, please remain in your seats until the next natural break. Let's get both players out onto court view. It is New Zealand versus the United States in this next match of the evening, and we'll start with a player who is playing in his highest world ranking to date of world number 38. Please welcome Timothy Brownell. His opponent today is the current world number 2. He's our number 1 seed this week here in London. From New Zealand, let's hear it for Superman Coll.
Welcome back to what should be a very intriguing affair. Coll, he's the number 1 seed in the form, I would say, of his life, taking on another player that has had a massive result already in this tournament. Very confident Timothy Brownell. I'm Joe Barrington. Joining me, we've got guest commentator Stephen Hurst, all the way from Northern Ireland via Leeds.
Hi Joey, how's it going?
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you for joining us here. This is going to be an exciting battle between these two, and what a tremendous venue. Well, Coll, who ripped off Optasia, massive battle with Ali Farag. He has got a trademark record at the Canary Wharf Classic, which was the original tournament before changing venues. This was last year, taking that title against Joel Macon. You can see a bit of passion there, what it meant to him. And then the Optasia form, taking down Asal. That was in that semi-final, Steve, and of course up against Ali Farag in the final, which I'm sure you might have watched.
Oh yeah, that was a great match. I think Paul's on the form of his life at the minute. I think he's really dominating that sort of top 2 and really trying to push forward to the top spot. But I think this is going to be a good test for him in this tournament.
Yeah, it certainly will. Coll has reached the dizzy heights of world number 1, but with the way Farag has been playing as well, just feel that the level is so much higher than what it was a couple of years ago with Coll and Farag. Now, this young man who has got the extraordinary barnet on him, he's wearing the goggles, he is from America, so it's pretty obvious why. Timothy Brownell. He had a result yesterday against Ferris Nasuki. That's a big result for him.
That was a big result, actually. Yeah, I think he'll be really confident going into this match. It's a great opportunity for him to get on the glass court, especially like a player like Paul. And he's had some great form in the past season. And I think we're going to have some interesting shot making here as well. And yeah, it will be interesting, this one.
Playing his 125th match here in London. He's here with his mum, US international, so she was a coach at Dartmouth University, Dartmouth College. Coll, who trains with Rob Owen in Birmingham, based in Holland, loves playing in the UK, hence the amount of titles. 2-time British Open champion, 3-time Canary Wharf Classic champion, and 2 Optasias under his belt. And this is the 8 events that we're talking about, and that is an absolute resume and a half, Stephen. You see, starting off in London, the big breakthrough event was in 2016. He was 33 in the world, then coming through to top 20, and then he's just got stronger and stronger.
Yeah, it seems to be every season he comes to the UK, he always performs, he always steps up his game. Even if he's had, you know, a sort of rough start to the season, he usually brings it back when he comes back to the UK, so it's a great sort of sign of form.
be the same court that we use at the British Open as well, with the glass floor, which is proving a really fascinating bit of technology, enhancing the game at the highest level.
Brownell of the United States to receive best of 3 games. Love all.
Well, the number 1 seed kicking off his campaign here in Ali Pali. Timmy Brownell not short of confidence. He's a real character, quite quirky.
Yeah, he's definitely a quirky character compared to, you know, the general tour. So we're going to have some interesting moments, I think.
He doesn't hold back. He's a bit of a head nodder, and he likes to unleash it a little bit as well. Good to see a lefty as well. You don't see so many left-hand players at the top level at the moment in the men's game.
No, that's true. I think it's actually quite nice to see the contrasting differences between the two players and how Paul will go about this.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward there. Just to reiterate, with the best of 3 format, they do get 1 review each. And then it goes to 1 review each in the 3rd and final game. What do you think about this glass floor?
I think visually it really sort of makes it almost more premium feel to the court. I think generally the feedback from players seems to be that it's good, and it's an improvement from the traditional flooring. And I think it's one of those ones that the more it's been played on, the more it's been put on the SQUASHTV, the more it's going to be used in the future.
Yeah, certainly gives a cleaner finish. Never have thought, you know, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, that players would be playing on an all-glass floor. Just clipping the top of the tin, slightly misjudged there by the crowd.
3-love. Stroke to Brownell.
First point on the board, always good to settle the nerves.
And out, 1-3.
Got to throw everything at Coll here, Stephen. I mean, he's come in, he's going to be feeling really good about himself, having taken out Ferris Dasuki. That was at the Coolhurst club, so traditional court.
Yeah, I think the main thing is that he needs to sort of not get sucked into that attritional down the line, that sort of squash that Paul just wants to sort of play through.
It's better. Didn't move for that one. It's a nice bit of deception from Coll. That's certainly a shot that's come more into his game in the last 7 months, 8 months. Who's the player that kind of you enjoy watching appear so well taught at the highest level? A couple of players.
I think for me, when Paul's firing on all cylinders, he's pretty close to unbeatable at times. I think Paul, from that sort of point of view, is definitely up there. But with regard to sort of skill and flair and things like that, Galahad has always been up there with my favourite players to watch.
Yeah, well, he's in this event as well, thankfully. So I can't wait to see how he does. Yeah, he's a terrific player. It's a lovely variation, but Coll covering. Good rally this one, Stephen. It's
Yeah, he's working every corner there. It was great to see that, and especially with that finish there at the end. I think that's what he needs to do, isn't it, to sort of break up that rhythm that he's got going.
definitely, he's got the quirk to do it. He's got the opportunity. Certainly try and take it in. Again, that's not read by Coll, and this is settling down nicely, and this is where he starts to strut about a bit, Timmy Brownell. He's got this very active back to his mum. He could sneak this first game. It certainly puts the pressure on. We've seen Paul Coll, he's come unstuck a couple of times, the best of three.
Yeah, the best of three, it really sort of throws the sort of general expected results out the window, doesn't it? You have to play a completely different game.
You do, and it's harder for him to implement the more physical side. You know, the best of threes, when they're matched nicely, can go on for, you know, well over an hour. It just gives that extra bit of opportunity for the lower ranked players to get in a bit more. He's hit him.
Yes, lad. 5-all.
He's done well to get back to 5-all.
Yeah, the start sort of felt like it was Paul sort of dominating that tee area, placing him to the back corners with sort of ease, but Timmy's done really well to break up that.
Well, Coll just shutting down the court. He's got to respond now because the #1 seed will start to go up that extra gear. Another great rally this one, Stephen. It's kicking on as well.
Yeah, it's really starting to heat up actually on the court there. I think the ball's getting a bit more lively and we're sort of going to see a lot more extended rallies.
Well, that's very fair. It's Paul Coll signalling, but Timothy Brownell conceding that one. Look at that crowd. Great attendance. Round two.
It's great to see this such a packed up house for a second round as well.
Jutting away, that was a good one.
Yeah, that'll do a whole lot of confidence for him.
6-8.
It's so funny. that's unbelievable touch. Ball's back here. Oh, he's whiffed it. Oh, poor Coll shaking his head. He's getting slightly irritable out there with what's coming back from the American.
Everything seems to be coming back, even if it's literally on the end of the racket. He's still getting everything back.
Yes, let. 9-6.
Coll thinking about it, but he's not going to bother reviewing. 3-point lead at 9-6 in this first game.
I think reviews are especially more sort of valuable in the best of three as well.
Yeah, massively. We saw in the match with Marwan El Shabagi and Rafi Kandra, he lost his review at Toul in the first.
Yeah, exactly.
No let. No, you got to
got
play
the
that
ball.
ball.
I could have got the ball.
Yeah, you went through and you needed to play it.
But I called that on contact.
And I'm saying no let.
Well, he's not going to review either. So hanging tough,
10-6,
Andrea Santamaria,
game
and that no let gives Paul Coll 4 game balls.
Stroke to Coll.
Fortunately, a bit of a loose one.
11-6, game to Coll. Coll leads 1 game to love.
First match of the evening session for the men, 12 minutes in duration. Paul Coll leading 1 game to love.
Well, it was a strong start from Paul, coming out of the gates, going up 3 or 4 points, firing the ball in, quickly catching Timmy off guard quite a few times, but then Timmy sort of turned the tables a little bit. A few quick angles at the front really started to take him off the pace. And I think it went sort of back into Paul's sort of rhythm, and he cleaned it out quite nicely at the end.
Well, some entertaining squash with these two players. Certainly being tested a bit out there at times, Paul Coll. There's a few times he's been caught with a deception, Timmy Brownell, and it's the second time he's played him, but it just goes to show, left-hander coming in, it does swing it around a little bit. I don't know how much experience you've had. You're right-handed, are you?
Yeah, I'm right-handed. Yeah.
So you yourself playing left-handers, you know, I mean, you do need to adjust. There is an adjustment factor.
100%, yeah. You need to sort of figure out what, you know, it's obvious you want to go to the forehand or you want to keep him off the backhand, but sometimes playing a lefty, despite the fact that you want to get him on the forehand, they could be stronger on that side. So you really need to sort of work out where you're actually going to get some results and get some good squash from it.
Well, the crowd
15 seconds.
very well attended, as you can see there from the beauty shot, as it's known. VIP areas on the sides, 2 separate bars for each area.
Coll leads 1 game to love. Love all.
Paul Coll kicking off the second game in this best-of-3 format. Needs a good start here, doesn't he, Brownell, Stephen?
Yeah, I think he needs to get himself settled in. I think, like we saw on those highlight reels, is that he was getting a lot of success from taking it in short, but you have to time that right and not be out of position, especially like a player like Paul, who's always hunting down that volley.
Yeah, good accurate work from Coll again. It's a bit of a trademark with him. I mean, the consistency factor when he's on song is considerable. Early rounds, he locks it down, very professional. So important for US squash with the male side to start to up their levels and move up the rankings, with women being so strong in the US of A.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the women are really sort of paving the way for the US squash, but there's some really, really talented players coming through from the US squash side of things. You know, Spencer Lovejoy as well is another one, which I sort of put in the same sort of group of players with Timmy. So it's really good to see some strength coming through.
He's got a great name, Spencer Lovejoy. He's going to have to go up the rankings with that name. He's got no choice, really.
3-love.
Well, an error coming in, and Paul Coll races to a 3-love lead.
Inch perfect lob there from Coll. You can't really teach that, to be honest. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, lovely pace change from him. I mean, I know it's early doors in the tournament, but are you going to go with the seeding? Do you think it's going to be Coll's title for this one here, another one in England?
I think he's sort of got his eyes on it quite firmly, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if it really does go all his way throughout the rounds, especially through the draw. I think there is some contenders out there. Like Joel is looking quite sharp at the minute as well. So there is a few people in his way, but yeah, he's playing some really, really good squash.
Well, unfortunately, just going to get more of the same from Coll. If he starts hitting the tin like that, it's just helping the #1 seed into the next round. Do you like the best of 3 format yourself?
I think it works really well, especially for these earlier rounds. I think it makes it more exciting, a bit more, especially when you get a little bit of a bit more fast pace as well to try and get those points. But I think overall I'm more in favour of best of 5 in the long run, but it's definitely a great addition for the tour as well.
Has its place, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
7-love.
Well, Coll pressing on now. Just wanting to send a bit of a message out to Timmy Brownell.
It's a great hold. It all comes from that sort of lob as well, that sort of drop lob, sort of routine almost. It's just generating so many opportunities for him.
Most nicely played again. I mean, it's trademark Coll here, Stephen. Good patience, working the ball around the court, and then a few placements, and finally a finish.
Yeah, there's no sort of stress involved with it. He knows where it's going, and then that volley, he just knows where he wants to put it every single time.
Will he
10 low for match ball.
donut him? Or bagel him, or whatever you may call it. I mean, there's different words even in France. There's an interesting one. We won't go into that now. And he's done it. He's done it. He's given him.
Brutal.
He's given him a massive donut. He's given him a donut and sent him back to America.
6, 11 low.
Coll. I'm always interested with that, knowing what players would do in that position. Coll was quite immaculate. I mean, that's an immaculate second game. Like I say, sending out a bit of a message. A great tournament for Timothy Brownell. You know, scoring his biggest victory to date in the round previously, but somebody else that's ridiculously excitable, loaded up on sweeties, it's Michael Absalom.
Nice way to finish it out there, Paul, with a little bagel or donut, as it's known in the game.
Yeah, Timmy's playing well at the moment. He's seen me beat Farrows last night, who quality opponent. He took Gawad to 5 a month ago, so best of 3. I'm coming out here ruthless, and I know the danger he possesses, so yeah.
I guess you're sending a message out to the other players as well, just showing how you can shift through the gears. Where does the danger lie this week? Which players have you sort of got one eye on in either your half of the draw or the other half of the draw?
All of them, mate. Best of 3, you can't come out here relaxed. So I've got them all. I'll be watching them all. Got my eye on them all, and just take each match as it comes.
On the best of 3 format, it is something that's caught you out in the past. So what do you have to be wary of coming into those matches that might be a little bit tighter?
I mean, I've won 4 best of 3, so I mean, it's a bit harsh for you, Michael. But yeah, mate, you gotta if you sort of. I almost tapered my training coming into this event because you got to be sharp, right? You can't be flat. I have come in flat before to best of 3 and lost some matches I wasn't happy with. So yeah, I took it hard training, but I maybe took a couple sessions off here and there just so I could come in really fresh and be itching to play, because like I said, best of 3, you've got to be going hard from level.
Thanks for saving my blushes there. Now, what do you think of London? What do you think of this great event? Obviously, you're a defending champion from the Canary Wharf Classic, and here we've now shifted to Ali Pali. I'm not sure if you've ever visited this area of London before, and what your first impressions are.
Yeah, I've got to be careful because I swore last week, didn't I? But this is bloody amazing here. It's I watch the darts every Christmas, and it's a wicked venue. I love watching the darts. The atmosphere's crazy, so I hope everyone here comes in. I see a few beers in the hands, so make sure you chop those back and get rowdy for the players. We absolutely love it, so hopefully you guys can beat Canary Wharf.
So finally then, Paul, before we let you go, can you give us a big 180?
No.
Come on, this is your big moment.
I'll crack a high or something. I can't do that. It's your job, mate.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Paul Coll.
Well, on paper, this could have been a bit of a close battle, especially considering Timmy's really good performance last night. But it just proved what Paul was saying, that this was one of his favourite venues and favourite places to play, because he was really on fire today. There was a sign where Timmy probably